Your greatest love songs, all the way from 2 to 4 every Saturday at Siesta Musica. Join Dream Car the Announcer at Siesta Musica every Saturday from 2 to 4 in the afternoon dito sa inyong nag-iisang himpilan, Cool FM. Mapapakul ka dito! Every emotion tells a love story at Siesta Musica.
There must be love somewhere in my life. Something about your touch when I'm
Precious and few are the moments we took.
Your greatest love songs, all the way from 2 to 4 every Saturday at Siesta Musica. Join Dream Car the Announcer at Siesta Musica every Saturday from 2 to 4 in the afternoon dito sa inyong nag-iisang himpilan, Cool FM. Mapapakul ka dito! Reminisce the memories and the good times at Siesta Musica.
early morning sunshine.
Ikaw, mahal, tanging ikaw.
I sail over seven seas to find
Your greatest love songs, all the way from 2 to 4 every Saturday at Siesta Musica. Join Dream Car the Announcer at Siesta Musica every Saturday from 2 to 4 in the afternoon dito sa inyong nag-iisang himpilan, Cool FM. Mapapakul ka dito!
Lahat ng drama, lahat ng tawanan, lahat ng iyong all-time hits. Ang tanging huntahan ng Masanglamaw. Number 1 sa Mega Manila, nationwide pa. Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan. You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is Cool News at 6.
Good evening and welcome to koolNews at 6. I'm Kyle. Washington's offer of assistance for the rotation and resupply mission on Manila in the West Philippine Sea is welcome, but the letter should rely on itself first. This is according to General Romel Brunner, Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
We're happy that the United States has given us a lot of options, including that of joining or escorting us for the RORE. But as I said earlier, we are going to do the mission unilaterally. We will depend on ourselves first, and we will try to exhaust all the options first before asking help. After we exhaust all of the options and if nothing works, then that's the time we can ask for help. No? Ang gusto natin sabihin is, habang kaya natin, gagawin natin.
So with the recent incidents, sir, do you think we can still do it in our own capacity?
Yes, definitely. No? Kaya natin. The Armed Forces of the Philippines is very much capable of conducting the RORE safely and successfully. And of course, this is not just the AFP. We also are in cooperation, in collaboration with the Philippine Coast Guard, with the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, and in fact, we have the whole of nation approach behind us.
U.S. Indo-Pacific Command Chief Admiral Samuel Paparo Jr., who is in the country for the MTBSEB on Tuesday, said that U.S. ships providing escort to Philippine vessels on resupply missions in the West Philippine Sea is an entirely reasonable option within our mutual defense treaty. Philippine and American military officials inspected the Basa Air Base, one of the sites of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, as part of the planning for next year's War Games that will see a full-scale battle simulation. Armed Forces of the Philippines AFP Chief General Romel Brunner Jr. and U.S. Indo-Pacific Command Indo-PACOM Chief Admiral Samuel Paparo Jr. Affairs Chief Colonel XRS Trinidad said the visit was part of the ongoing engagements under the Mutual Defense Board Security Engagement Board. Asked if the visit has something to do with the possible use of Basa Air Base for next year's Baliktaan exercise, Trinidad told Inquirer.net it is possible for the planning. We have to remember all of ECA's sites are used for training purposes and it is cleared by MDB SEB, he added. Ronder and Paparo are currently in the Philippine Military Army Academy headquarters in Baguio City to continue their MDB SEB engagements. It was held outside Metro Manila for the first time. In May, Defense Secretary Gilberto Doro Jr. said the Baliktaan 2025 will simulate the full-scale battle scenario. Basa Air Base, home of the Philippine Air Force flagship FA-50 fighter jets, has infrastructure upgrades. It includes the 1.73 billion peso, about 24 million US dollars, rehabilitation of the 2.8 kilometer Basa Air Base airstrip, the biggest EDCA project in the Philippines so far. With the re-asphalting and repairing of runway overruns, the airstrip is now ready for bigger and more powerful aircraft off Manila and Washington. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken recently announced that the United States is set to provide $500 million or 29.3 billion pesos in military and security support for the Philippines, a move he recently hailed as a once-in-a-generation investment. The operations of the Supreme Court and Court of Appeals in Manila were halted on Thursday afternoon for the conduct of an unannounced fire and bomb threat evacuation drill. Pare Federal Street was temporarily closed to traffic and members of the Philippine National Police Bomb Squad and Philippine Coast Guard K-9 Force arrived at the scene before 3 p.m. Employees also started leaving the premises shortly after. It was initially unclear what caused the arrival of authorities and evacuation of employees. In a five-hour message sent to reporters, SE spokesperson Attorney Camille Ting said the activity was just a drill. The acting Chief Justice, with approval of the MPAC, conducted an unannounced fire and bomb threat evacuation drill at the Supreme Court and Court of Appeals today, August 29, 2024, at around 2:45 p.m., she said. Pare Aurora Street was reopened to traffic as of 3:30 p.m. The e-travel form of the Philippines will now include screening questions that would help authorities prevent the entry of Mpox, or formerly known as monkeypox, into the country. The Department of Health said Thursday that travelers coming from abroad who have been sick within the past month must now indicate in their e-travel form if they experience rashes, vesicles, or blisters, as the government boosted efforts to curb the spread of Mpox. To aid in preventing the entry of additional Mpox cases from abroad, particularly clade IB, there has been just one small yet significant change in the screening questions of the DOH Bureau of Quarantine ask of travelers as part of the electronic travel form, it explained in the statement. Should a traveler answer yes when asked if they have been sick in the past 30 days, the drop-down list will now include the option rashes, vesicles, or blisters. It is important for all travelers to be honest in answering this question, it added. Clade IB is a subclade of MPXV clade 1, which has been described in the 1980s as having a mortality rate ranging from 1% to 10%. The other type, MPXV clade 2, has been observed mainly in West Africa, and it has a mortality rate of less than 1% to 4%. The DOH explained that if the traveler is determined to be from a country with an Mpox outbreak, have a history of exposure to Mpox cases, or exhibit signs and symptoms of the disease, then the etravel.gov.ph system will alert the Bureau of Immigration and the DOH BOQ. He or she will undergo a second screening and, if ever determined to be a suspected case, be transferred to an Mpox referral hospital. The possibility of establishing a host country agreement between the Philippines and the Permanent Court of Arbitration was raised during a meeting between President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and the court's Secretary General de Palas said Thursday. According to the Presidential Communications Office, PCA Secretary General Marcin Zizipatlak paid Marcos a courtesy call in Malacanan as part of a custom for PCA officials to visit contracting parties to promote the court's dispute settlement mechanisms. Zizipatlak expressed interest in exploring the potential for establishing a host country agreement with the Philippines to facilitate PCA hearings within the nation, the PCO said in a statement. Zax, Zax also noted the Philippines' contributions to the PCA, especially with its Philippine ambassador Eduardo Malaya as the current acting president of the PCA Administrative Council since 2022. Marcos, while welcoming the Black, then highlighted the PCA as a key element of the Philippines' foreign policy. The permanent court operation is an important part of our foreign policy, considering all the challenges that we are facing right now and our continuing adherence to international law, Marcos said. The president said that this adherence to international law is an argument the country continues to make in several instances. And an energy savings program that seeks to cut government agencies' monthly power and fuel consumption would require additional funding of about 10 billion pesos to hit its target, according to Energy Undersecretary Felix William Fontebella. Fontebella said on Wednesday the Department of Energy was working with the Department of Finance on how to secure additional funds to support the government energy management program for 5 years. He said the DOF would study the best plan in financing, which may include the combination of concessional loans and official development assistance. We already have these strategies in place, so what we're working on is the financing. So we're trying to come up with a facility through the DOF in collaboration with our development partners, Cito reporters. We are looking at around 2 billion pesos in expenses a year starting 2026, Fontebella said. He added that they already approached the Asian Development Bank for possible loans. In a message, Fontebella said the amount was still being negotiated. He said the additional funding would be used for retrofitting, the rollout of measures meant for energy efficiency, as well as for the promotion of electric vehicles and charging stations for state-run entities. Through GEMP, the government wants to reduce electricity and fuel usage by at least 10% through the efficient use and conservation of energy and fuel, among others. It is now 6:10 in the evening, and coming up on koolNews at 6, MMDA to pursue Raps versus driver who had enforced a claim to car hood. In international headlines, Mexican Central Bank downgrades growth forecast to 1.5%. And in showbiz entertainment happenings, Rita Avila recalls being sexually harassed by director Gadiri Nakakatakot. And South Korean feminists decry widespread deepfake sex crimes in South Korea. Stick around, koolNews at 6, we'll be right back. Welcome back to koolNews at 6. The outer lanes of Guadalupe Bridge will be closed to the public once the construction of a temporary bridge is finished. Metro Manila Development Authority Chairman Don Artis said Thursday. A temporary bridge will be constructed to eventually allow repair works on the deteriorating portion of the Guadalupe Bridge that crosses the Pasig River and links Maladuyong and Makati cities along EDSA. In a press conference, Artes said the Guadalupe Bridge will remain open to the public while the temporary bridge is being built. Construction of the temporary bridge will start in January 2025 and may last until October that year. Repairs of the decaying portions of the Guadalupe Bridge will commence after and may take 70 months according to Artes. January, magsisimula yung preliminary work para sa papaplano ng temporary bridge which will take 3 months to 4 months. Then yung construction daw po ng temporary bridge will be 10 months, he said. Again, habang ginagawa yung temporary bridge within the 10-month period, so that's January to October, hindi po isasara itong Guadalupe Bridge, he added. Artists noted that the timeline for the development of the temporary bridge considered the Christmas season this year. The MMDA chief also said that repair works on the outer lanes of the road bridge are part of preparations for the big one or the anticipated big earthquake that may happen when the country's active fault lines move. Even po yung structure ng outer bridge may medyo deteriorated na rin po. Then mayroon na rin po ilang cracks, kaya priority rin po talaga ito na mag-rehabilitate. In fact, preparation ito for the big one, he stated. Artists then clarified that the Guadalupe Bridge will not be totally closed since the inner portions are still stable. The MMDA chief further said that a comprehensive traffic management plan will be created as they expect heavy traffic to ensue once construction of the temporary bridge starts. They also expect that the temporary bridge development would affect the traffic situation along JP Rizal, which is located below the Guadalupe Bridge. Magkaroon tayo ng traffic rerouting plan dahil i-submit na po itong traffic management plan. Gagawa po tayo ng comprehensive pa na traffic management plan kasi ma-apektuhan din po yung nasa ilalim yung sa JP Rizal na mga saksakyan, he noted. Inyong ferry service ay makakaran pa rin sa Pasig River. Ganun din po yung bar gauges na nagdadala ng kalakaw. So walang po magiging effect on the use of Pasig River as far as it is concerned, he added. Manila used a helicopter to resupply a Philippine Coast Guard ship at Escoda Sabina Shoal in the West Philippine Sea after Beijing's ships blocked Philippine vessels from doing so, Armed Forces of the Philippines General Roman Bronner Jr. said on Thursday. A total of 40 Chinese vessels and warships were deployed at Escoda Shoal on August 26 to prevent BRP Capra and BRP Cape and Gano from resupplying BRP Teresa Macbangua, according to Commander J. Darella, PCG spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea. When they were trying to bring supplies to the BRP Teresa Macbangua at Escoda Shoal, they were blocked several times. Bronner said during a press conference after the meeting of the Mutual Defense Board Security Engagement Board. They attempted more than once, but then finally, they brought supplies using their helicopter, he added. Last August 25, China Coast Guard ships were used water cannons against the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources vessel. An energy-saving program that seeks to cut government agencies' monthly power and fuel consumption will require additional funding of about 10 billion pesos to hit its target, according to Energy Undersecretary Felix William Fuentebella. Fuentebella said on Wednesday the Department of Energy was working with the Department of Finance on how to secure additional funds to support the government. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I already read that one? Hold on. Okay, yeah, I already read the one. My bad. Let's move on. The Metro Manila Development Authority is determined to file complaints against a driver who in a now viral video had a traffic accident clinching onto the hood as he allegedly tried to escape after hitting a motorcycle in Taguig City. MFDA Chairman Don Artes said Thursday that they will pursue administrative and criminal charges against the driver who requested anonymity despite his apology. Nagpunta po kanina yung driver ng saksakyan dahil napapaliwangang at humihingi ng tawad. Anyway, kahit sila po ay humingi ng tawad sa amin, it will not affect yung pagpapile po natin ng kaso. In fact, we already filed complaints at LTO, Artes said in the press conference. In the coming days, we are preparing yung criminal complaints. Yung legal team po namin ang gumagawa. Baka na nga po mag-file kami ng attempted homicide dito po sa driver na nasabing naksakyan. The road incident happened in Taguig City on Tuesday, August 27. On Facebook, the MMDA uploaded a video of a scene in which a traffic law enforcer was seen clinching to a hood of a speeding red car while another MMDA person was chasing it. The video was from outside Bihangdong, Caldoso. According to Artis, the red car collided with a motorcycle but the vehicle sped away as an MMDA personnel identified as Alan Sadiwa approached to check on what happened. Hinaharang po sila ng enforcer bago makaalis pero ang ginagawa nila po na imbis na tumigil ay pinaga nila po yung enforcer na instead po na mampangga ay tumalong po sa ibabaw at kanyang po tinanggay. Artis said the driver explained that he was on his way to the airport when the incident happened and panicked when he was chased by the MMDA traffic law enforcers. However, the MMDA chief that the driver's examination is unacceptable. So, sa amin po, kahit anong paliwanag ay hindi tanggap dahil ito po ay may elemento ng assault to a person with authority at talaga po may intent to cause harm sa aming enforcer, Artis noted. Kayang po, despite ng pagpunta nila dito ay paghingi ng tawad, we will make sure na yung mga kaso ay aming iba-file at harapin nila talaga sa subkato yung mga kaso, both administrative at criminal cases, he said. In a Dabash interview also on Thursday, the driver was asked for his comment regarding the MMDA's plan to file complaints against him. Okay lang po, pasagin lang po yung sa akin. Public apology, he said. And now let's get into the headlines from around the world. Mexico's economic growth is expected to slow to 1.5% this year. Amid an uncertain global outlook, the central bank said Wednesday, downgrading its forecast for Latin America's second largest economy. External demand will continue making a low contribution to Mexico's growth during 2024 as the U.S. manufacturing sector is expected to remain weak, the Bank of Mexico said. Previously, it had predicted growth of 2.4% this year. Economic activity in Mexico is experiencing a period of marked weakness, the central bank said in the quarterly report. Without a boost from exports to the United States, Mexico's main trading partner, domestic spending, is expected to be the main driver of growth. The Bank of Mexico cut its forecast for economic growth next year to 1.2% from 1.5%. By 2025, the better performance of U.S. industrial production that is expected would contribute to a higher external demand in Mexico, although these forecasts are subject to high uncertainty, it said. Mexico's gross domestic product increased by 0.2% in the second quarter of this year from the previous 3-month period, according to an official preliminary estimate. And now let's get into the showbiz entertainment happenings. Amid several sexual abuse victims recently coming forward, Rita Avila revealed she was also sexually harassed by a director who said forcefully tried to kiss her when she was just about to enter showbiz. The veteran actress spoke about the incident through her Instagram post on Tuesday, August 27. Valiant began by lamenting the sexual abuse cases in show business, although she clarified that there are still those in the industry who do not tolerate such. Recalling her stint as a sexy star, Avila continued, "Tinuntuya ako sa papabagsaksi. Excited na nga ako sa sexy scenes nung kasi gandong pala ang art, ganun pala ang epekto ng ilaw at ang gulo. Hindi kailangang ipakita ang naggugawa. But despite this, Avilia admitted she also has a secret. Hindi po pa ako artista nun ay may nakilala akong director na ibang benta ako sa producer, she recounted. Sabay na namantala din ito director na ito. Hipit humahalik. Gadiri. Nakakatakot. Avila said she immediately told her mom about the incident but that the letter just shook it off. Relating to her previous Instagram post about sexual abuse victims, speaking up, she continued, kanyang-kanyang pagkapalaran at paglalabay sa buhay imbis na manapak mag-akay. It looks like we are running out of time, so we will have to move the story about the South Korean feminists about the deep fake sex crimes in South Korea to later when koolNews Prime Time. So we'll hopefully someone will cover that one on koolNews Prime Time. And that is it for koolNews at 6. I'm Carol, and we will see you later for more news headlines with koolNews Prime Time at 9. Good evening.